Hello, all heroes, and welcome back to Invincible Guarding the Globe. And today we are going to be talking about the latest restricted arena in Invincible for this week. Now, you may notice something a little different that we've got the VTuber model going, which is very exciting. I am going to talk about that specifically in a YouTube video. We, of course, had the debut stream earlier, but I am going to specifically talk about that in a YouTube video and my plans for that in the very near future. But for now, we're going to talk about a multiverse arena because I do not have time to talk about much else, if I'm being totally honest. So, this week, it is a leader arena. So, any character with the leader tag is up for grabs. Now, you will notice that obviously Universa is indeed a leader. So she is going to be a front runner as per usual. But let's talk about all of the leader characters that are available for us to use. So if we go to the main hero page here and select the leader tag, we have the leaders here. Now, we have had a leader arena before, and the only thing that's really changed since then, because I don't think we've had one since he came out, is King Lizard. Now, the thing with King Lizard is, yes, he is a leader. The problem with that is he is a leader who really requires other Lizard League characters. So I suspect that he is going to have a little bit of a hard time functioning here. However, he does have his deadly focus ability, which is basically an attempted finish off, where when a character has 25% HP remaining, he does a very powerful headshot and applies a very powerful wound. So, while it is very good, again, he is just losing some synergy by not having other Lizard League characters. But, if you have Deadly Focus powered up, where it's doing a ton of damage, it could actually still finish someone off. Now, of course, Universa is still the MVP as per freaking usual. I would be tired of it, except for the fact that I have a nice Universa, so I'm not. Trippy the Light Fantastic is, of course, going to be her MVP ability, no questions asked, and basically nukes the entire team. And then Thunderstruck will also nuke the entire team. So, good stuff there. Good stuff there. In addition to her, we have, of course, Titan, Robot, Seismic, and Cecil. And the Immortal. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the Immortal powered up very well, but the Immortal is a fantastic character. He does get immunity when he reaches a certain HP threshold, which is never a bad thing. And it's immunity that actually has a pretty respectable cooldown of only 15 seconds. So if he can save himself and get healed, he might be able to trigger it again. Speaking of getting healed, his shared healing ability has an amazing spike from level 9 to level 10 in that it loses its cooldown and is always active. So he's always going to get a percentage of the healing that everybody else is getting. Speaking of healing, Robot. He's not the definitive support he once was, not by his own fault, but just because he has competition. But for our purposes today, he is a fantastic option. He's got his main AoE heal, which is his big claim to fame. His rockets will stun the target and apply some extra damage, which is never a bad thing. He actually, funny enough, when he's fighting against Titan, he actually will increase the team's healing effects by a little bit. Now, if you're using Titan and fighting a robot, they'll get the same thing, so just kind of keep that in mind. But I mean, Titan will be pretty regularly seen, so you will see that healing effect very often. And then, of course, his recharge ability to create a smaller but still effective AoE heal. Doc Seismic is the only character in this roster that puts up a fight against Universa. He is extremely powerful and has not one but two abilities that give some chunky stuns. Speaking of which, I suppose I should actually power him up a little bit because, yeah. I mean, there's no Viltrumites in this arena, but this one I can power up. I've been wanting to get Doc Seismic powered up because now that I've got Powerplex done, I need to power up the other criminals, and Doc Seismic is extremely powerful. His shockwave here, if you get it leveled up all the way, only has a 10-second cooldown and a 3-second stun. And then grounded is very good against flying enemies like Universa, especially once again if you get it powered up all the way, because the cooldown will be only 10 seconds with a chunky stun. So yeah, good stuff there. Very good stuff there. And then we have Cecil. Now Cecil actually did get a bit of a buff. He will get defense increase for HGDA member on the team. So he would get a defense buff from that would be the Immortal, and he will also debuff enemy Immortals. So that's not too bad if you do get his skill leveled up. And then with his subterfuge ability here, if you do take it up to level 4, whenever he does teleport and steals his buffs, he will also heal the entire team by a percentage of his offense, or his defense. I said offense. By a percentage of his defense. And increase the crit chance, which will work out very well for Universa. I have not given Cecil a whole lot of attention before his, or post his buff. But this right here actually does make him an extremely respectable team healer with some very chunky buffs, especially if you do get Subterfuge leveled up all the way to level 10. And then, of course, we have Titan. Titan is not a great defender, and he loses out to Immortal pretty much every time. But if you're kind of like me and you have Titan but not the Immortal somehow, he gets the job done just fine. He does have a taunt and a shield on his main ability. His Earthquake ability can stun enemies. So good stuff there. Good stuff there. Ironically, Titan versus Robot, Titan almost tries to neutralize Robot's effect of increasing healing effect by decreasing the healing effect against Guardians of the Globe, but most of the time Robot will outpace him a little bit. So my team is going to be the obvious Universa, Titan in the front, Doc Seismic, and Cecil in the front because their teleports will save them, and then Robot in the back. I would trade out Titan for the Immortal if I could, but we've all made choices in life, and not all of them have been good. So what we're going to do here, like I said, in the very near future, I want to do an updated tier list. Bringing all of the new buffs into the light, because I think Cecil's buff actually did make him an actually halfway decent healer. Since his teleporting will heal everybody. That actually does put him in the limelight a little bit. It doesn't make him quite match characters like Adam Eve, but it is certainly better than nothing. I think... Wait, was that a Shapesmith? Uh-oh. Oh, no. I sense an arena bug. Oh, no. That looks like a Guardians of the Globe team. Okay. Oh, no. Looks like arena might be bugged again. Okay. Well, that's fun. That is fun. I'm seeing Guardians of the Globe teams mixed in with leader teams. Okay. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I have noticed this. They seem to get a little mixed up when they try to adjust the schedule. It doesn't always seem to stick, and I couldn't for the life of me tell you why. So, if you are not seeing leaders, first of all, I'm sorry, because it means you're going to be fighting Universas. But if you are seeing Guardians of the Globe, this is probably what you're going to be using. In which case, the Immortal would still be the same. And then probably mix in either Bulletproof or Rexplode, with your supports being Robot and Shapesmith if possible, and then maybe some Monster Girl mixed in there as well. That is unfortunate, because some people, everybody who has Guardians of the Globe is going to get aggressively shafted, because they have to literally fight freaking Universes. That's That's not ideal because you're gonna walk up there with your immortal, your shapesmith, your bulletproof, and then the universe is gonna walk up to you and be like, nah, 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 nah. You die now. You die now. So that's unfortunate. But maybe they'll fix it before the end of the week. We'll see. Maybe we'll do an update video if they do. Oh dear. Oh dear. But my calendar says leader. I don't know what everybody else's calendar might say, but there's not a dang thing I can do about that. So just kind of be aware of that. Maybe pick your battles wisely. Maybe do just enough to where you don't have to worry about getting knocked down a rank and go from there. So yeah, that is all we have for today. Let me know what you think of this video down in the comments below. If you do enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe down below. And if you want to support me further, you can become a member. And after that, we shall see you next time. Have a good one.